Hey, what's up guys? Mike Locke here, ML Web Consulting. Thanks for checking out this video. So I wanted to give you a simple technique that you can use to give your website more depth. Now, this is a standard website that I normally would create, or a standard layout that I normally create for all my websites, which you have the logo on the left, navigation bar, and then I have this thing called, what I would call the billboard. Okay? Same here. This is another website created, logo, navigation, and then my billboard. But sometimes what I would do, I would say 90% of my layouts look similar to this style. But in some cases, here's another website I created recently, and in some cases my billboard, because instead of having a static image, sort of like that, or like this, I might use some flash here to give it more depth, or to bring the page to life, sort of like this. Here's another approach, or here's newcars.com, and I use some flash right in this corner to give the site more depth. So when a user would come to the site, their eye is drawn to this section, and then they take action. Same with this site here, Broadcaster. Here's a little flash component here, a nice little slideshow, and some moving text. Really simple stuff. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how to just create a simple flash slideshow. If you're not familiar with Flash, this will be a quick tutorial that'll show you how to kind of do something like this. All right. Get your images. Go to iStockPhoto.com. Download your images, and then crop your images to a size that you want to fit within your site. Okay? That's the first thing. So in this case, these images are 500 by 500 width by 226 in height, just for this example. So once you have your three images right over here in your folder, jump over to Flash. This is Flash 8 that I'm using. But this is a pretty simple slideshow that you can do in any Flash version. The first thing you want to do is create your dimensions, 500 by 260. Okay, once you have that, go over to File, Import, and import your images to the library. Okay, so import them to library, and then you have your layers over here, and this little insert layer. Just go ahead and excuse me, create 3 layers, and you can name them if you want to. You can double click and name them, each one. But the first thing you want to do is go over here and click on your image. Just go ahead and drag that to the canvas. And then your X and Y coordinates, you just want to zero those out so that your image is to the flush to the top left corner. Okay. Also, go ahead and make your frame rate down here 25. And so what you want to do is click on your image that you just downloaded or you just dragged to the canvas. Go ahead and click F8. What that does is convert this image to a symbol, and then you want to choose graphic. Okay, go ahead and create it to a symbol. So that's the first one. You can just go ahead and hide that one, and you want to do another image. Let's do this kitchen just as an example. I'm sorry. So go ahead and select the second layer. Go ahead and get your other image. Just go ahead and drag that one down. And for this one, you go ahead and zero out the X and Y coordinates. Click on that, and then click on the image, select the image, and then click on F8. Again, you want to convert that one to a symbol. Okay, so now you have 2 images, and in this case, we're going to just do 2 images. I'm just going to show you how to rotate these 2 images. So all you do is go over here and click and drag down so that you can highlight these these frames, these called frames, and then go ahead and click F5 on your keyboard. So that's just going to add keyframes to your timeline here. And then the first one here, you want to go ahead and select, like, on the 40th frame, just click that one, and then you're going to click F6. Oops, that was F8. Go ahead and click F6. That creates a keyframe there, and then with your mouse, right click in the middle of these 2 points, and then you want to do create motion tween. Okay? So then go ahead and click this point, and then go ahead and select the image, and then down here under color, you want to go to alpha, and you want to make sure this is 0%. So what you did was you just created a tween that will now take your image from 100% down to 0% tween. And as you notice, because your other image here is in the background, as the first image fades out, your image in the background starts to appear. Okay? So go ahead and drag over here, drag your mouse just to create, click F5 just to add more keyframes. And then, so what you're going to do, you're going to come over here to the 80th frame, and then you want to do, for the second layer, or I'm sorry, let's go back over here to the first layer, and you want to do a right click in this section, and you want to insert blank keyframe. That will sort of delete all the extra frames at the top here on your top layer. So on your second layer, just go ahead and select the 80th frame, click on F6, and then just do about 40 frames or so. Click F6 again. With your mouse, right click, create motion tween, and then right here you want to select that keyframe, select your image, go down here to color, do alpha, and again you want to zero out the alpha. But what happens is you need to have an image that goes under here as well, because right now it's just fading to white. So what I can do is I can go over here, right click, copy frame, select my third layer now. I want to then click or select F6 to create a keyframe. Then I want to right click and do paste frame. So now that just paste the first image at the bottom here, and then I go right click and I remove tween. So I just remove that. So what it does, when I fade this image out, it fades back to this first image that I had in the layer. So that's pretty much it. So what you got to do here, you can just do a preview, just do Control Enter, and what you see is your image fading, going through the timeline. So basically you have this action going on. So if you hit enter here, your timeline runs, and it runs through your image. And what it's going to do by default, it'll just repeat. So if you do Control Enter just to preview again, what it does when it gets to the end of the timeline, it just goes back to the first keyframe and just repeats. Okay, so that's pretty much it. At that point, you just do File, Export. I'm sorry, no file export. You get to just do first you're going to save this FLA file somewhere, and then what you want to do is just do File, Publish, and then you take your HTML Flash file and add it to your HTML page. So that's pretty much it. I probably jumped over a few steps that May be a little confusing if you're just getting started with Flash, but if you have any questions, shoot me an email, mlock@mlwebco.com, and I'll be happy to answer. We'll talk soon. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.